Constitution is very clear. It does not say citizens. It says no person should be deprived of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Liberation Day came a month later. It dropped 5%.
We have a chart showing exactly that.
If you bend the knee, you get promoted, and if you take a knee, you get demoted.
Let's hop into another spicy CNN panel to end the day, this time on crushing dissent, tariffs, the economy, Trump, and more. So if you can, leave us a like on the video. It really helps us out. It helps the channel grow. We're trying to get to 50, 100K even. And otherwise, let's get right into the debate.
Here's a very easy solution to this. This is a 1-to-1 ratio of his actions to the impact on the economy. On February 2nd, he announced tariffs on China and Mexico. The market dropped 1%. On March 2nd, he announced that he was going to continue those tariffs. It dropped another 2%. Liberation Day came a month later. It dropped 5%.
We have a chart showing exactly that. I mean,
what happened in the last month?
Look. I mean, look at the chart.
We're back to where we were.
There's a big drop. No.
Look, the beginning of April from Liberation Day.
Okay, Scott, look at the chart. April 2nd, Liberation Day. We are not back. Even to this day, we are not back to where we were before Liberation Day. Just look at the chart.
I love that they had the graph up when Scott Jennings was trying to do the disingenuous MAGA thing, because Republicans are trying to do exactly what I predicted they would, where they pretend that a bounce back that is not nearly enough to surmount the decline that Trump caused means we're back in business economically or something. Like, no, we're still down big. And if anything, Scott's point only proves the argument, because did start going up again last month, but that's because Trump walked back all the tariffs that caused it to decline, all without any concessions, all without any deals made, all without any significant economic positions made better. So literally he just did it because of the negative backlash and the market effects, in which we saw the market respond in kind because he took off what made it decline. But yeah, also, it's just Biden, guys.
I think he's sending a very, very clear message. If you bend the knee, you get promoted, and if you take a knee, you get demoted. This is a president, as Gretchen mentioned, who is trying to silence all dissension. And what is most ironic about this is that MAGA Republicans love to talk about how they're not included in rooms and that their voices aren't allowed to be spoken in rooms because of the liberal media. But the reality here is that here's FBI and a few agents who are taking a peaceful protest act. And as a result of that, in a moment in which, at the time, as you point out, Donald Trump agreed, are now suffering consequences. So peaceful protest is not okay. Any kind of dissension is not okay. What kind of country are we now living in?
That's very accurate. And I think we're seeing in real time the best example of how Republicans have always been the party of censorship, of crushing dissent, while crying and claiming they're the victims of it. I mean, while they control media and narratives and all of this in the country, and Trump is now the one keeping liberal media out of press events. Trump is the one firing journalists for being too woke, but it also just coincidentally happens to be the black ones attacking private education institutions, demanding to oversee who they hire and their hiring protocols and what they're studying and teaching the students. His FBI is now demoting these agents for kneeling in the protests of George Floyd. I mean, it's all just an environment where you either agree with the body of politic of the government, or the full force of the government is putting its boot down on your neck to silence you. I mean, these are truly scary and unprecedented times, but at least you're richer, MAGA. Oh, wait, the market has crashed and we're barreling towards recession. But like, at least those trans girls aren't in badminton.
The Constitution is very clear. It does not say citizens. It says no person should be deprived of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness without due process. It doesn't matter what he's done in his past. The Boston bomber. Wait a minute. Let me finish. The Boston bomber had due process.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's what this is about. I gave you time. Let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is a president who continues to twist the Constitution to adapt to whatever his vision is, to the point of the 2-year-old who was deported without due process, an American citizen. His father did not want him to go, and the only access he had to his daughter was listening to his daughter cry in the background in a 1-minute call. That 4-year-old did not get access to a doctor, despite the fact of having stage 4 cancer, did not have his medication with him when he was deported, an American citizen, to Honduras. This is what this president is doing. He is twisting the definition of the Constitution, and people like you are disparaging character to try to justify the disparaging.
Spot on. And to think that there was nothing that could be done as to not just hold off the deportation of a U.S. citizen child with brain cancer so she wouldn't be flown hundreds of miles away. I mean, it's insane, right? Like, one, just don't deport the person. Maybe it's a mom and her child. Maybe that one you can let go, right? Maybe lock her up or something and keep the child overnight. Literally maybe anything but fly the kid out of the country. But it just shows you where this administration's priorities are. It isn't with the people. It isn't with protecting children. It definitely isn't with the Constitution. Everybody gets due process. You don't get to character assassinate someone to justify breaking the Constitution. This is literally the justifications of slavery. Like, oh, these people are inhumane. They're not civilized. We might as well own them. They're not a full person. Like, it's literally the recycling of fascism again. The Constitution is clear when it applies to all persons. I'm sorry that these unpatriotic, anti-American MAGA supporters don't care. Like, these dumbasses really want the Constitution to apply to a one-cell organism, a fetus at the moment of conception, but not to a living, breathing human who is undocumented. Like, at some point, we have to stop taking these people serious and let the adults in the room have these conversations instead.